Welcome, my name is Pedro Plaza and I'm presenting the topic Learning Scenarios with Crumble from the Module 5, Deploying Educational Content with Scratch, Crumble and Arduino. This content has been prepared by Blanca Quintana, Alvia Peixoto, Manuel Castro, Elio San Cristóbal, Antonio Menacho, Manuel Blázquez, Sergio Martín, Guillermo Botella and me. Along this topic we will see the key elements to work, the key elements to interact, the traffic light, the line follower, and finally we will be talking about the conclusions for this topic. The key elements to work with Crumble are the basic electronic assemblies, computational thinking, basic automated constructions, and basic interactive systems. When the software is downloaded to the Crumble board, we can interact with LED strips, servos, DC motors, and different type of sensors such as the ultrasound sensors that you can see in the image. The traffic light have lights to regulate the movements of vehicles and lights to regulate the passage of pedestrians. For this learning scenario used by Crumble, you can connect the power supplies of the following elements: the battery holder, the Crumble, and the 32 LED strip, in the same way that it is shown in the image. And you can connect the control signals of the following elements: the Crumble and the 32 LED strips. The power supplies are connected to the ports marked with the plus and minus signs, and the control signal is the D port from the Crumble. Talking about the program for this learning scenario, we challenge you to program the sparkles to be a time with red color, a time with green color, and blinking in yellow color. As you can see in the commands of the example in the screen, you can see that we are using the set of sparkles to red command to make the LEDs in red color during a time 1 second, and the green color, and we are using a loop with five times to make blink the LEDs in orange. We are setting the sparkles in orange during 100 milliseconds, and we are turning off the sparkles during 100 milliseconds. The next challenge is to use some LEDs of the strip for the vehicle sequence and the other LED for the pedestrian sequence. In this way, the vehicle sequence should be red, green and yellow, and the pedestrian sequence should be red, green and flashing green. If a vehicle can pass, the pedestrian must stop, and vice versa. The second learning scenario is the line follower. A line follower is a robot that is able to detect a line and follow its path. In this case, it has two sensors: a line sensor, which is in the bottom of the robot in the image, and the ultrasound distance sensors that is in the front part of the robot, and this sensor could be used to detect obstacles in front of the robot. The circuit is a black line. We are make this black line with black tape on, and this line is over a white background. Our first circuit will be a simple circuit, and we can challenge the students with these activities, such as create a square circuit using a black tape, create a more complex circuit similar than the show in the image, and the students can modify the program so that it only advances if there is not an obstacle detected by the ultrasound sensor. The conclusions for this topic are that the students can work with basic electronic assemblies, computational thinking, basic automated constructions, and basic interactive systems. And when we are using Crumble, the programs can interact with push buttons, LED lights, digital sensors, analog sensors, servos, and DC motors. The learning scenarios can be very close to real world, as you can see with the traffic light and line follower, and the learning scenarios can include handmade constructions, lights, motors, servos, and sensors. Thanks for your attention, and I hope you enjoy this content and the MOOC.